This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order, and the chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Williams is absent today. Councilman Avery.
Here.
Eccles. Stewart.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We do have a quorum present, and the meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Councilman Harris if he'll lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be together here again in the city to transact the business of our citizens. We thank you for bringing us through the holiday, and we hope that everyone realized the reason that we have celebrated Christmas this past week, and that is to give homage to you, our Savior. Be with us as we proceed with this meeting. Lead us, guide us, and we will continue to give you all the praise. These blessings we ask in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and the city council meeting held on December the 18th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
Chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of the accounts for the week of December the 14th through the 20th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, Mayor. No. Unfinished business, a resolution authorizing agreement with Jones, Blair, Waldrop, and Tucker and Etowah County Commission. This resolution was tabled last week at last week's meeting until today, awaiting an agreement with the city and Etowah County. It is for design and construction, engineering, and inspection services on Phase 2 of the Stroud Avenue Drainage Improvements Project. The amount is $43,695, with half being paid by Etowah County. What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
9 is a resolution awarding bid 3221 for security patrol services. The purchasing agent recommended awarding the bid to Dynamic Security. The beginning hourly rate for a foot patrol officer is $10.50, increasing to $10.79 over 3 years. The beginning hourly rate for an officer with a vehicle is $11.71, increasing to $11.99 over 3 years. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
10 is a resolution authorizing acceptance of easements 1 and 2 on Alcott Road and Alpine View to allow the city access to school property to complete work for the Ura Brown Safe Routes to Schools project. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
11 is a resolution authorizing right-of-way easements to Alabama Power to extend the utility service to the pumping station at Public Works at 111 Brunswood Drive. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
No.
we have one no, motion carries to adopt.
New business, is there any new business?
Mr. President, I have a resolution I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to consider this morning. It's a resolution awarding bid 3218 for equipment and software for our global navigation surveying system and surveying data collector.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Now I'll ask for passage, please.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
This is a device that the engineering department might want to explain what it's all about.
This is a GPS equipment. What this will allow us to do, as opposed to having to use a two-man crew to go in and shoot in existing infrastructure throughout the city and being blocked by buildings or other obstructions, this will give us the satellites that will be able to do this with one person and just go to a point and click and take the shot and get a good base mount for our current system.
I understand this is going to be used for our drainage system that we're going to have to update, so it's something that Chad says we really need.
He also said this will help us in our drainage problems that we are encountering over the city.
Is there any other discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business?
Yes, Mr. President, I have a resolution I'd ask for unanimous consent to consider, and this is authorizing an agreement with Sane Associates for the Access Management Plan Study for Highway 431 and State Road 291.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
I'll
consent
ask
has
for
been granted.
passage.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
We're going to let the engineer Chad do it again.
Yes, sir. What this is for is, of course, it's an access management study along Meagan from Hood Avenue intersection back to 6th Street intersection, and also along Hood or State Route 291 from the intersection with Meagan back to East Broad. What this will do is take a look at the traffic patterns about what we are seeing now and what we can project into the future to see what kind of physical characteristics may need to be changed as far as maybe adding lanes or turn lanes or the striping on the turn lanes, and also with driveways and things like that. This study will not be the implementation. This is just the study portion of it. So there will be public involvement meetings and things like that with the commercial businesses. But this is all in an effort for traffic to flow smoothly through that area as much as possible.
So you promise us that once this is done and we implement it, that the traffic is going to flow
No.
swiftly?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you did.
He did promise that we'll get through the intersection of Hood Avenue and East Meagan better.
It will help, yes, sir,
Okay,
if we implement it. Yes,
if we implement it.
that's right.
All right, that's the question.
This is step one.
No, Green passed it last week.
Call for the question.
Okay.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business? Department reports, committees, boards, are there any? Remarks by the mayor and the council? Ben, you want to start?
Sure, I think since we're not going to be here next week, I would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year and a safe Happy New Year. Just watch yourself during this time.
Johnny?
Thank you, Mr. President. I also want to wish everyone a Happy New Year and just have a safe one. That's all I got.
Bill?
I just want to caution everybody about the fireworks during the New Year. Let's be reasonable and adults with the fireworks. And wish everybody a very prosperous and a Happy New Year.
You can have. Mayor?
Yes. First of all, would like to tell everyone the building department and revenue department, the phones are not working. They've been out for a few days, having a lot of problems. So if you call, the business license are now due. So if you call up here and don't get anyone, if you call the main number, 549-4646, we can take messages and send it down where they maybe can call you back, or you may just have to come by for a few days till we can get this straightened out. We've been working on it for about 4 or 5 days, but nothing has happened good yet. Another thing, they might have noticed a couple articles in the Gadsden Times about companies expanding manufacturing, and some new companies that are sort of looking around, or we're in in the hunt for, could be several hundred jobs. We're hoping that we get those. Nothing has landed, but I do think we have a good shot of maybe getting a couple of those, as well as a couple of companies that are expanding. So we're hoping to get started off on the right foot, so we'll see how that develops and keep you posted. That's all.
Billy?
Thank you, Mr. President. Excuse me. Jenny, I promised I wouldn't do this until the first of the year, but I think I'm going to do this so that we'll have something to ponder over for the next few days before we enter into the year 2013. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned we gave accolades to Gadsden State Community College for receiving a diversity award. And it seems like diversity is a bad word around a lot of people, but I think I owe it to the city of Gadsden and our constituents and everybody to mention the fact that we need to strive to make sure that we have attained diversity within our city government here in the city. Gadsden, that did not happen by chance at Gadsden City that they won this award. They had a strong diversity team committee that they worked with and came up with a plan to attain diversity in that university or at that college. And I think we need to do the same thing here in our city, attack diversity. And all diversity means is that your workforce or your everything else mirror the population in your city. And I'll just say that to issue that challenge to us here in the city to attain diversity. It's been mentioned by one other person in authority in the city, and I think we need to continue to look at it to make sure that we attain that level of diversity that we need to attain here in the city of Gadsden. I will be addressing that subject a lot more in the future. I understand that there are some issues that may have been in the past that we had committed this, but I will be researching that and getting back with you. In the meantime, the police chief has been awfully generous to those speeders over on Peyton Ridge Avenue. He's been awful nice. You know, we got the warning sign up there now, you know, telling the radar telling you what speed you're traveling. The speed limit is 25 miles an hour on Peyton Ridge. And the chief has been very generous, you know, because well, I won't say he's refused, but he's given everybody ample opportunity to realize what that speed limit is and to cease speeding through our neighborhood. Beginning the first of the year, we will begin to write tickets on a wholesale basis for those people who are taking a shortcut through our neighborhood and speeding. So this is fair warning to people. You know, the first of the year, we will start writing tickets, and we'll expect you to abide by the speed limit in our neighborhood, like I do in yours. And have a Happy New Year. You've already had a Merry Christmas, now have a Happy New Year and a prosperous one. Thank you.
Billy, I've got a one that used to be 35 miles an hour, and now it's 25, and I'm getting all kind of complaints about it. So a lot of people don't like to go 25 miles an hour.
No, they don't.
These new cars are hard to keep down to 25 miles.
Listen, I promise you.
And if you got a big hill on there, it really is bad.
I promise you, I drive that, I drive that street 2 to 4 times every day. It's hard to keep your speed down to 25 miles an hour. But it's necessary for the safety. We don't take that speed limit from 35 to 25 just for the heck of it. It's a safety issue. But we have a lot of traffic on Peyton Ridge, because we realize, that, we're not going to get what we need to alleviate the traffic off Peyton Ridge, so we'll slow you down a little bit, please.
We had one of our local, somebody been talking about diversity. If they go back and do the research, they'll find that there was a court case with this city, and if we're going to get diversity in the future, it's going to be another court case with this city. That's the only way operate in this area. But anyway, that's another story. We'll talk about that on another day. On a sad note, I want to send my sympathy to the Cohen family. Alan passed away last night, Bob, you said, or yesterday? Yesterday sometime. Most people don't know, he was a great individual who loved this city and did quite a bit for this city. Talking about diversity, it goes back to his brother, Marvin, back in the 60s, who worked to bring about integration and to bring about fairness in this city. So we've lost another great individual, and my thoughts and my prayers go out to his family. And I would also ask you to continue to pray for my family. My uncle is still on life support, but we got a report this morning that he's doing a lot better, and hopefully over the next few days they're going to be able to wean them off of that. So we're excited about that. But again, I want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a Happy New Year and be safe over the holidays.
I forgot something very, very, very important.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
That I'm about to get in trouble.
No, don't let him talk.
I would like to recognize my wife and our youngest daughter being here today. Our youngest daughter, Andrea Nicole, she's here visiting us from Aurora, Illinois. She's been here for the Christmas holidays, and she'll be departing Friday, going back to Aurora. But it was good to have her home for Christmas. Welcome home. Thank you.
I had the rolling pin ready for him. I figured you was going to get it.
I want to say to Charlotte Cone that our prayers are with you, and I hope that Alan was a real close friend of mine, and he was a giant as far as the poor and the needy. He was always ready to step up and help anybody that needed it. And there's going to be a lot of people that miss his friendship and his thoughts. Charlotte, we love you. And I hope everybody will say a little prayer for the family. Due to the New Year's holiday, next Tuesday's garbage route will be collected on Wednesday. Also, the council will not meet next week. Church won't meet either. We will return to our regular schedule on Tuesday, January the 8th. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion, we adjourn.
So moved.